Hey everyone, Parallel here. Welcome to Star Trek Online. The Breach event is back. This is the 2017 version, and it is all new and improved. Cryptic has gone through and made some changes this time around. They have streamlined the queue, so it is much more quick to complete this time. So it's a very welcome change, and I'd like to actually go through and do a run and see what has changed and maybe point out a few things, maybe give a few tips. Honestly, this queue is pretty easy. You probably don't need any tips to complete it, but I will at least point out a few things that will maybe help a few people. I did hear on Reddit that some people were having problems finding the exit route now after you just blow up the reactor. So I can at least point that out. Maybe that will help a few people. But before we jump in, let me just quickly, let's do an overview of the event itself in case anyone is unfamiliar, and see what is involved this time around and what the rewards are. So let's see, Unto the Breach. So it is running from March 2nd through the 23rd. And so basically assault the Voth city ship and enter the breach. And it's a 5-man queue. You've got to be level 50 to 60. And then you complete the mission once per day to earn your Voth operative transmission. That is the token this time around. You need 14 of those, and then you can complete the project. Pretty straightforward. It's your standard event. From what I understand, this time around the reward is not an account-wide unlock, which is unfortunate. So you will need to run this on each character that you want it on. And let's go ahead and take a look at the reward itself. Yep. So yeah, just go to your, bring up your reputation tab, go to your events, and you'll see a new project in there. I already have the project slotted. Here it is right here. And so you can see what the rewards are. You get a nice chunk of dilithium ore. You get some fleet marks, choice of marks, and most importantly, the unique item this time around, which is the Furiadon Fangs. Furiadon Fangs. I guess that's about how you say it. It's basically a melee weapon. Oh, that was weird. Took a little minute for the tooltip to load there. So yeah, it's basically a melee weapon. Kind of cool looking. Unique looking, I would say. Let's see, quick physical damage attack. Right, so 74 physical damage, 50% shield penetration. Each stack adds momentum, so you get some power recharge speed only applies to the weapon. Some run speed, some dodge. And then you have your secondary attack, which is a strong physical damage attack. Does more, 80% shield pen. Damage scales with momentum, consumes 3 stacks. So it looks like you attack with your main attack a few times, stack it up, and then you do a strong secondary attack. Could be interesting. I'm not a huge fan of melee combat in this game, honestly. But there are some people who do like melee builds out there, and this would probably be a good, a nice flashy weapon for them to try out. I myself, I'll probably just run this on one character just for curiosity's sake. I really don't have any melee builds on any of my characters, but there it is. That is the reward. If you are, I wouldn't worry too much about getting that on every character. If past is prologue, then the next time around, when the Phoenix prize pack comes back, or maybe not next time, but eventually the Phoenix prize pack, once it gets updated, should carry, you know, some of these event rewards that you may have missed that you could pick up on alts if you want to. So yeah, keep that in mind. So thanks to that, you know, the Phoenix prize pack, it is, you know, it is more accessible to all characters. You know, later in the future, if you're not dying to get it right now, you can at least say, you know, maybe a year from now I can get it in case I want it. But so that is the reward, and that is how the event works. I've actually run this on my characters a few times now on a few of my alts. Here is the token you get right here, the Voth operative transmission. You get one every day, basically, once every 20 hours. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Let's queue up. I'll be flying this on my Romulan tactical character, using one of the new Reconnaissance Explorer Warbirds, basically the Tier 6 Vesta, which is, this is the Romulan version of that, the tactical variant. And you can quickly see what my build is right here. But yeah, the queue itself is actually quite good. And actually, there's one other nice thing about the event this time around, is that this is the first time the Breach has been available in the new lighting engine, and it looks pretty fantastic, I have to say. Crypt did a good job updating the visuals of this queue and making it look really great with the new lighting engine. So that is something to look forward to. Visually, it looks quite good. Maybe after the queue is done, I'll fly around a little bit and just take a look at the visuals. So yeah, they did streamline the event this time around. Why did it not... I was going to say, it should be an instant queue. I don't know why it was taking so long. Apparently it didn't queue me up by doing it from the menu there. But there it is, the Breach event. You can just pull up your PvE queues and do it that way. But yeah, they did streamline the event. So it is much quicker to complete now. They cut out a few of the internal rooms of inside the Voth base, and they shortened up the trench run a little bit in the beginning. So you'll see the new path. It's a slightly different path this time around. I will go ahead and show that as we're going through.
The Voth fortress ship is vulnerable. It's time to attack. Our plan is death by 1,000 cuts. We'll disrupt the fortress ship's integrity field by destroying multiple nodes across the hull. Once that's complete, we'll be able to breach the hull and attack from the inside. Use the trenches to navigate at speed around the fortress ship.
And there you go. And that's basically the path. You're going to fly right down the center of the ship. And this time you're going to take a right and then fly around the outside of the ship, and then there's an entrance there. It used to be you go around to the left, and you'd fly a little bit farther towards the front of the ship before you would actually get there. So, yep, it is a little bit of a faster path, but that's not the main reason it's quicker this time around. The main reason is that they cut out some of the internal rooms. So there used to be kind of 3 chambers that you would go through. Yeah, there used to be 3 chambers that you would go through. Yeah, you have to clear out 3 different rooms, and then you would get to the final main reactor. Now they've kind of cut that down to just basically 1 room. So that speeds things up a lot, that's for sure. So yeah, this is pretty much the same as before. You just run through this trench, and you will get a speed boost as you're running through. Take out as many of the hard points as you can, and there will be a couple of those little pods that you have to take out. I believe there's 2 along the way. You take those out, then you will continue on. You can see that's actually one of the optional objectives, is to destroy a certain number of hard points. Honestly, with the shortened up trench run, I don't know that I've actually completed the objective, because you can actually get to the interior so quickly now. That it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's not that easy to actually complete the that optional objective before you get there. Right, so you destroy those 2 mission pods, you keep going, and continue on and take out as many hard points as you can. This time you're going to take a right. Okay, used to be you go that left path, but now you take the right, and you have this kind of cool lighting effect going on here. It's pretty cool. And as you can see, beam fire at will is your friend on this map. You can take out a lot of these hard points with beam fire at will going. So you see, we're already there. This is the end of the trench run. You see here you got this door mechanism now. It used to be you'd go to the underside of the ship, and then you'd have to take out a bunch of hard points, and then there'd be a break into the hull that way. And once you broke into the hull that way, there would actually be a like a hangar bay. It would be like the first room on the interior of the ship. You'd have to take out a bunch of enemy ships in the hangar bay. They'd be coming through these doors. You have to close those and rescue some ships in there. And then there'd be a second room where you'd take out, I think, like a Voth Citadel ship and do a few more rescues. And then you'd come to the third room, which is the 3 power core room. That is actually where you start. So you can see I'm just flying through the interior of the ship, and it takes you right away to this room, which is the 3 reactor room. So you can see that cutting out those 2 rooms really shortens up the queue. Let's go ahead and get a nice gravity well here, so then we can suck in. Do our cone of death. There we go. I love these tier 6 Vestas. They are so much fun. They do a lot of damage, but it's okay. Let's head over here. So there are a few ships in here that you can save. I believe that is another one of the optional objective. I can't tell if my threatening stance is on. It's not highlighting for some reason. Oh, hey, it's a nebula. I wonder if it's a Sutherland or one of the older nebulas. There's actually one ship over there as well that you can save. Looks like somebody's already over there taking care of that, so hopefully it won't be an issue. Okay, so just a few things to watch out for. One is, in this room, you have to take out the power cores, right? There's these 3 areas, so there's one there, and then one here. And you have to take out the power core. It's kind of a little mini game because it's random which one of these pylons where the power core will appear. So you got to get up close to them. You open it, and it'll expose. Now here's the thing. See, this power core has a question mark next to it. Don't destroy it, which everyone just did on my team. Because if you destroy that one, it's going to give you this debuff. See, we got this electricity debuff. It's going to slow you down to a crawl, and it's annoying. I still can't tell if that is on. It doesn't look like it is. There we go. So yeah, so you need to open up these pylons. It's random which one it appears in, and don't destroy it if it has power core with a question mark. If it just says power core without the question mark, then that's good. You found the right one. Yeah, because destroying the one with the question mark again will put that debuff on your team. Now, if you are actually running a science team, bridge officer power science team, it will clear that debuff. Unfortunately, I'm not running that on this character right now. But that was it. So usually it takes 3 times to destroy the core. Once you've destroyed the core, it is time to go on to the main reactor. So I'll point out where the exit of this room is, right? That's about the only thing you really got to keep in mind. The reactor itself is pretty easy. It will do some damage, and will sometimes randomly teleport you out the room, but this time the exit path is different, right? Looks like he's going to teleport. He did. If he locks onto you with those 3 thingamajigs, that will be the cue that you are going to get teleported. But what I was trying to say is the entrance, or the exit now, is actually back the way you came. On the lower area here, right? So you can see it's kind of the same way you came in. Now it used to be on the opposite wall, the old queue. Now it is this way. And you gotta, it's kind of funny now when you, as soon as you destroy that main reactor, it gives you the big speed boost that you need to get out. Also, you can go that way. Right there was the room with the 3 power core room. You can actually go back through that way and link up with this tunnel on the way out. So if you do get lost, that's no problem. You just go back through the same room, take that entrance, and meet up to this corridor. And that is it. So that's a slightly different path, but it is definitely much, much faster. And still a pretty fun queue. I do like the trench run. The escape from the core while everything's blowing up is fun. And it still works pretty well. I think taking out those extra rooms... I think the only thing I missed from the previous queue is taking out the Voth Citadel ship. Whoops. Let's go back to that. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, here we go.
Excellent work! Your efforts have deprived the Voth of a valuable asset.
Okay, so assaults completed, 20. Power core destroyed, 20. Ship saved, 3. Players escaped, 5. Honestly, I don't know how much this affects your, if this affects how many marks you get. Doesn't really say. And I don't know that we completed the optional objective for the hard points either, so, and that does not mentioned here. So I'm not quite sure how everything tallies in. But you do get your choice of marks. I will go ahead and pick up Lucari marks because why not? Still grinding Lucari rep. And you can see with the daily bonus you got 139 marks. That's actually not too bad. Pretty fast queue and pretty decent reward. And you get your Voth operative transmission. And you're good to go. How much dilithium did we get? 480 dilithium. Yeah, so I did say I would... let's go ahead and check out the Voth ship here. Well, we have a little bit of time left in the queue before we get kicked out. But let's go ahead and check this out. Fly around a little bit. See what it looks like with the new lighting engine. But yeah, like I was saying, I think the only thing I missed is that one room where you take out the Voth Citadel ship. That was kind of fun. It was actually a very heavily shielded target. I remember Intel team being very useful for taking that out. So I'm kind of heading towards the aft of the ship here. Because I actually think this planet with the starlight reflecting off it looks fantastic. That's some good screenshot material over there. Let's go ahead and hide the UI. But yeah, I think that's the only thing I missed from the old one. I would like to, maybe they could have put that Citadel ship, maybe, you know, protecting the exterior door or something like that. But I don't miss going through all those extra rooms and clearing that out. That's actually where you come through the trench, then you make your turn and go around that way. But then we're heading out to the rear of the ship here. But I have to say, overall, a big improvement. I do like the faster clear time. I mean, if you got, you know, you got to grind this out for the event 14 times. So, why did I go slow all of a sudden? There we go. You know, you got to grind this out for the event. So a shorter, you know, per queue grind is welcome. And for people who do want to run this on alts, I'm sure it's very welcome because now it's a much faster run. So yeah, that is a pretty fantastic. I really like that planet. Like, you get a really nice screenshot here. Like, oh, I got booted out. But I think you get a really nice screenshot there in front of that planet. Like, silhouette your ship against it. It would look really nice. My camera was wigging out there like crazy. Holy cow. But so yeah, that is the new and improved 2017 version of the Breach. Let's go ahead and bring back up the UI. So yeah, we'll see if this reward, I'll check, I'll come back and do a video about this reward once it's done and check it out, see if it's, you know, anything special. This is a melee weapon. And at least give it a try, see how the animations look and all that good stuff. It might be gimmicky, but, you know, hey, whatever. It's just for fun. Now, the... so yeah, I mean, all the changes are there. Hopefully, you know, hopefully that will help you find the escape route. And like I said, you know, it's a pretty easy queue. You don't really need that many tips to do it right. But, You know, sometimes you can get stuck in a wall or whatnot. The narrow corridors, if you're in a slow turning ship and you get that speed boost, you might, you know, find yourself stuck in a wall and whatnot. Just something to be careful of. But otherwise, it's very straightforward. You shouldn't have any problems, I don't think. I just want to mention one thing before I close out the video. And this is kind of just, I guess, a suggestion for Cryptic. Because it's becoming a little bit crazy now how the rewards for events are handled now, and how there's so many different ways. It's becoming confusing. Cryptic, I think, really needs to just standardize how all the events work. And looking at the recent Arena of Sompek event, I think it kind of set the bar for what Cryptic should do for every event. And that is, really, Cryptic, please, every event needs to be account-wide unlock. That should really be the standard now. It really works the best. It makes it much more alt-friendly, reduces the grind. I think everyone likes those type of events better. And even more so, a change they made with the Arena of Sompek event was that the token itself was account-bound instead of character-bound. That is also a very good change, because that means you can actually run the event on different characters, and then at the end, you could just send all of your tokens to one character and then complete the project and do it that way. So that's an even better change that they did with the Arena of Sompek. And that was actually the first time they've ever done that. Usually these tokens are character bound, even if the reward itself is account unlock. So that would be my suggestion, Cryptic. You know, do what you learned with the Arena of Sompek and apply that to all of the other events. Every event, the Mirror Universe, you know, Olachi event, Breach event, everything. You know, I would say even the seasonal events. Just make everything standard. Make it all account-wide unlocks. Make it all use tokens that are account-bound. And I think you're golden. I think that'd be perfect. So yeah, so that's it. What do you guys think? Do you like the event better, like the like the Arena of Sompek event, where the tokens are account bound, and do you like it better with the account wide unlock? Let me know. I personally think that's the best way to go. But they just need to standardize that across all events. It's like every event nowadays, you don't know if it's going to be account wide or if you got to run it on every character, and how are the tokens going to work. It's getting kind of crazy. Every event is so different now that they really just need to standardize it, and it's a perfect time to do it. They obviously went through a lot of effort to revamp the Breach event and streamline it. I just wish they had gone just a little extra mile and standardize it to use the account wide unlock process. So we'll see. Here's hoping they will also take a look at streamlining some of the other ones, because we all know the Mirror Universe invasion, oh my god, that needs some serious streamlining. Please, just make it so Phase 1 will end when you close all the portals, instead of having to wait for however long you gotta wait for, 5 minutes plus, just sitting there over the station with nothing going on. That would be a very welcome change for the Mirror Universe event. So we'll see. But overall, I think Cryptic did do a very good job, and just trying to give a few suggestions here on maybe standardizing the events in the future, and also streamlining the events in the future. Cryptic, you have set the bar pretty high, so you've got to to keep that up. You really need to look at all of these events and streamline them, and make all the rewards account wide. Alright, so that is my 2 cents, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the Breach event. It is certainly much more friendly this time around, so I think it is much less grindy, and yeah, should be much more enjoyable. Alright, that is all. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.